Well, hello everybody. Hope everybody's having a pretty good day today. We are going to get started on our chairs here first. All right. So, just real quick, if you are new to the class, again, this class focuses on mobility here, and there's two terms that I use quite often, and these two terms are the hollow and the arch. And what those terms mean is it's making a reference to the orientation of our spine and our pelvis. Whenever I want you to arch, whenever I say to arch your body, I want your pelvis to tilt forward. Your pelvis is tilting forward. You'll develop a nice little arch in your back. Your shoulders roll back and down. So you can really see that arch there. See that arch in my back? The pelvis is forward, curved, right there. The back is straight, and even more so than straight, it's more accentuated in terms of extending our trunk. When I tell you to hollow, what I want you to do is you're going to tuck your pelvis. You're going to posteriorly tilt your pelvis. So it's going to come back. It's going to tilt backwards. Simply, you just squeeze your glutes. So if I just squeeze my glutes and hold the contraction, then my pelvis is posteriorly tilted. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. And then I'm going to pull my sternum down towards my pelvis up towards my sternum, and it's going to round out my back. Now this is a nice hollow position here, okay? Just like this. See how my back is nice and rounded now? Back is all rounded. Shoulders are forward and down. Okay? So you're using your abdomen and the glutes there. Now ideally good posture. It's neither yin nor yang, it's neither one side or left, it's neither hot or cold, it's just right. So good posture, neutral spine, and a good pelvic position is going to come from a balance between those two. You might find that you have a more kyphotic curve in the mid-back, and you might find that you kind of naturally hollow a little bit, especially if you sit down for long periods of time, or if you're kind of ridden to a chair for the majority of the day. So working on the extension, the arches are really going to help you a whole lot, and you might find that they're a little bit more difficult to do. I'm really trying to emphasize those positions when we're doing them in here. Having said that, being able to put yourself in a hollow position might be a little bit more difficult because the abdomen might be a little bit weaker. So in either case here, ideally what we're going to do is we're going to achieve a nice balance between the two. And before we get going with anything here, we're just going to start off on sitting on our chairs with our feet directly underneath our knees, our heels underneath our knees, feet are shoulder width apart, hands are on top of the knees, arms are going to be straight. I'm going to bring my hands down, top of the knees. I'm going to really push down with through the palms of my hands. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, tighten the abdomen. You might feel your chest lower a little bit. Push through the hands as if you're trying to push down into the knee. And you'll feel your shoulders roll back and down, and your chest won't lift up because your abdomen is going to prevent it from contracting. Those abdominal muscles will keep the chest from coming up. Pushing down and breathing. Okay? So a lot of the work that's done in this class here is majorly just holding contractions. Okay? But we're not going to hold our breath. And we're going to continue to breathe. And And push down hard. The harder you push down with your arms, the harder you're going to have to contract the abdomen, okay? We don't want the chest to lift up. We want the chest to be nice and neutral, facing forward. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now, we're going to slowly come back. Now, don't lean back like that. I don't want the chest to come up. Keep squeezing the glutes. Keep squeezing the abdomen, those abdominal muscles, okay? Keep everything nice and tight. And we're going to slowly tilt back, and the weight's going to shift towards your hips. And just before the weight comes off your feet, still having a little bit of weight in the feet, we're going to pause and breathe. Now, you may have noticed that your hands may have shifted up the thigh a little bit. Keep pushing down with the palms of your hands into the top of the thigh. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Your stomach the stomach muscles should really be working right now. Think about breathing, 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 breathing. Shift it forward. Keep squeezing those muscles. Don't let go, okay? Keep squeezing the abdominal muscles. Keep pushing through palms of your hands. Coming back. Nice and slow. Pausing just before the weight completely leaves your feet. And holding and breathing. Now we're going to rotate and tilt to one side. So right now I'm shifting a little bit towards my left. My left arm is shifting up my thigh. My right arm is coming back up my thigh more. I'm still tilted, leaning back. I'm holding. You might notice one side of your body is having to work a little harder. That's okay. Now we're going to shift to the other side. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Now the arms shift. The left arm comes back up the thigh. The right arm comes down the thigh. Breathing. Now holding your breath. You might notice it is more difficult to breathe. Even if your breaths are shallow, keep breathing. Shift back. Rotating towards the left again. You got it. Shift again. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Back to the middle. Hold. Forward. And relax. Woo. You feel those postural muscles working. You should feel the back muscles, muscles in the front, even those muscles in the side here. It's all 360 degrees. It's the real world. We have all three dimensions all working together. Now, let's do that again, okay? Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze the abdomen. Pushing down the hands on top of the knee at this point. Arms are straight. The chest is not up or down, it's forward. Come back slow. So feel the weight shift towards the hip, but just before it leaves the feet, we're going to pause. And breathe. Just pausing and breathing. Come forward. Keep pushing down to the thigh. Coming back again. Pause. Yeah, rotate towards the right, or towards the left, sorry. Or you can go right if you'd like to. We'll go to both sides. And breathe. Switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. You got it. Breathe with me. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Switch again. You got it. You do this. Breathe. Back to the middle. And forward. Stay tight. Come back one more time with me. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You got it. Rotating towards the left. You're still pushing down with the hands. Still pushing down with the hands. Switch. Rotating towards the right. Rotate back to the left. To the right. Last time. And back to the middle. Hold. Forward. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Come back again one last time. You got it. You got it. Rotate towards the left. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Rotate towards the right. Make sure you're still hollowing. Don't let that back arch. Don't let it arch. Rotate towards the left. Towards the right. Hold. Breathe. Back to the middle. Forward. Relax. Good job. Ooh, me. Good galliness mode. Everybody go ahead and let's grab our PVC. Roll that guy to the same position that you were just in here, okay? PVC is just on top, the very end of our upper thigh. All right, so in sequential order, in sequence, it's probably contract the glutes, contract the abdomen. Feel that starting to get pulled down by the abdomen. Feel the glutes posteriorly tilting the pelvis a little bit. Now push down with the PV side, like you're trying to bend it over the knee. And you'll feel those shoulder blades squeeze back and down, but you won't let the chest come up. Not letting the chest come up. Now we're going to pull the PVC back to mid-thigh. We're going to lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. Hold. You got it. You got it. Now push forward. Hold. Keep those contractions going. Don't breathe. Don't hold your breath. Definitely breathe. Don't let go of your contractions. Coming back, pull. PVC, just maybe this time past mid-thigh. Leaning back, up until the point where your arms are about straight. Just before the weight leaves the feet. Hold. Pushing down with the PVC. And breathing. Pushing forward. 2 more times. You got it. You got it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Pull that PVC back. Good thigh. Now we're coming back. Hold. Breathe. Breathe. Breathe for me. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Going forward. Almost there, guys. Come on. Bring it back. Just the elbows bending. Pushing that PVC down across the thigh like you're going to break it. Coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back. Arms are straightening. Still pushing down the PVC, pushing forward. And Good job. All right. Those of you who want to continue doing the rest of this in your chair, you can. But for those of you who'd like to get up on their feet, please join me and let's do a little walk around. I'm gonna walk around this chair, let everything kind of shake out for a little bit here. Now we are going to go over to some ambulating exercises. So to ambulate myself would mean to basically to walk somewhere, to move my body, to move around, to change my position from where I'm located. So whenever we're doing like these split squat movements here, and I'm going to put the PVC away just for the sake of demonstration. And we have these here, in which case when you're in your chair, all you're doing is you're sitting here, you have a foot out in front, and the other foot's behind you, like that, underneath your chair. Okay, so you can still come along with me when you're doing this. We do our split squats here. That's when we're already in a split staggered stance. The back heel is up and pointed out. It's the same thing as saying, you should be able to see here. See how my back heel is pointed out, my big toe is kind of facing a little bit on towards the midline of my body. But what's actually happening is both feet are facing the same direction. My hips are facing the same direction as my shoulders are. Everything is in a stable position here. When I do that split squat, my back knee comes down, and notice that my front knee is barely making any headway past the ankle that's underneath it. I don't want that going on here, okay? I want the back knee to come down. There we go. This front leg is just going to bear some weight. Push through just like that. So this is our split squat here, okay? So when we do our split squats, we're tucking our pelvis a little bit, squeezing the abdomen, coming down just like that. Now that's a stationary exercise. I'm staying in place. A lunge, a forward or backwards lunge, is basically an ambulating split squat. So basically what's going to happen is your feet start together. I come forward. Now look where I'm at. I'm at the beginning of that split squat. I come down the same way I would, and then I recover, and now I've changed my position. I'm a few feet in front of where I started. So I'm ambulating. So that's how that lunge. Now, what's important when I'm doing this here is I'm not just doing one movement. Okay, I'm not just changing myself in terms of altitude. I'm also changing where I am longitudinally. Okay? So what's important is as we go through these motions here, when I break these things down, like when we do hinges, or when we do static or staggered movements, or even just the split squats here, when we start to ambulate, we start combining a few other, we start combining some more movements here. We still want to make sure that we're hollowing, okay? So as a nice little guide here, either with the PVC or with the yoga strap, it is up to you. What we're going to do is we're going to have the PVC start just for our squats, and when we're quad focused here, we're going to start with the PVC at our clavicle and behind, okay? That's if you elect to use the PVC. If you are going to use the yoga strap, you flip it behind your back, okay? Now, before we even use any of the yoga straps or the PVC, real quick, everyone start together. Make sure you have a little room in front of you. Nothing's in your hand. Squeeze the glutes from the get-go. Squeeze the abdomen a little bit, okay? Arms to be at your sides. Let's go ahead and with the left foot, we're going to take a heel to toe, big step forward, back heel is up. We're going to lunge, we're going to split squat down. As you split squat down, pause for me just a little bit here. Make sure you have balance. Take a note that, are you still hollowing? Are you still trying to hollow a little bit, okay? Push through the heel as you come back up. Now you've stepped forward. Okay. Now, let's reverse lunge. Let's lead with the same leg, left leg. Step back with the left leg. Come down, pause. Are we still hollowing? Now I feel like the glutes are a little bit more difficult to contract, but you can still feel it. Now push back. Pretty good. All right. Now let's give us a cue. See the PVC here. Just to cue us a little bit, okay? So first, right here. Now if you are seated, when we do a front lunge, a forward lunge, all I want you to do is you start here. You're going to lean forward just a little bit and then push yourself back. Recover that foot. If we do a reverse lunge, whichever foot I say is we're leading with, that's the foot that comes back and you come down, same way, okay? Pretty good? So the difference is if I say we're going to do a forward lunge, start with your foot back and then lean forward a little bit and then push back a little. If I say reverse lunge, start with both feet together, and as you're putting the foot back, lean forward at the same time and then push back. That's the difference. Okay? All right. Now, if you want to use the PVC, have that guy right here. Arms should be vertical. I'm going to put mine behind the top of my shoulders, leading with the left leg. Now, start with squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abdomen, pushing the elbows forward just a little bit here, okay? Heel to toe, pause, down, up, and forward. Squeezing my glutes, squeezing the abdomen, lead back with the left foot. As soon as that ball of the foot touches the ground, pause, come down, come back up, together, right where we started, okay? Not bad, right? All right, this time we're gonna pause, okay? So now you know the pause is coming. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdomen, heel to toe, pause, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdomen, come down, pause, hold. Focus on keeping that spine nice and neutral and that you're staying upright. Push up, recover. Left foot comes back again, okay? Left foot, pause, just the big toe, the ball of the foot. Down, pause, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abdomen. Pushing back. Woo! Yeah. Not bad, right? No, not bad at all. All right, let's leave with the right foot, okay? Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdomen. Elbows are pointed forward slightly, or we're pushing them forward. Heel to toe. And down, pause, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abdomen. Feel all of that. Whoopsie. Coming forward. Then now, leading with the right. Right foot comes back, pause. Down, pause. Glutes, abdomen, elbows forward. Check, check, check. Push back. Woo, and relax. You can feel that a little bit, right? Yeah, a little bit. All right, yeah. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna work on a little bit on our shoulder mobility, okay? All right, so a few things that we have gone over is breaking the bar, PVC. We've gone over bringing the elbows forward, working on thoracic extension as well, just like that. So we're gonna do a combination of these guys here, okay? And all of them are gonna help us do the activity today, which today we're gonna combine our lunge. This is gonna challenge your balance, so please make sure you have a chair beside you. We're not gonna do this just yet. We're gonna go through a few exercises, and then the main event for today is we're gonna be doing an overhead press or push, depending on your mobility and your flexibility and your range of motion. We're going to get into a lunge position. And in this lunge position, we're going to press overhead. Whether it's from the PVC is starting in front of the clavicle or just on top of the shoulders. Okay? And when we press overhead, we want to make sure we can do it without arching. We want to be able to do it while keeping our back nice and neutral. Okay? But before we get there, we need to open up those shoulders a little bit, okay? So, let's start off with the simple basics here, okay? PVC is either just touching the clavicle, elbows are pointed down, we can have the PVC just on top of the upper back, just like so. Pretty good? Just like that. Now, we're in this position. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart. Contracting the glutes, contracting the abdomen, pushing both elbows forward. So notice that my elbows come forward, they don't move very far. If you're looking at a clock and at the beginning it was pointed down at 6, we might get lucky if it even gets to 7. Okay, it's like 5 degrees of movement that happens here, okay, from that position. It's a little bit more if we're just doing one at a time, but because everything's fixed and we're doing both, it might be a little less. Now hold, keep pushing them forward for me. Now as you're pushing them forward, make note, check your awareness, okay? Are you still squeezing your glutes? Are you still hollowing that spine? Are you still contracting those abdominal muscles? Is the weight in your feet evenly distributed? Relax. Push them forward again. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Relax. You're doing great. You're doing very good. You're doing very good. Push them forward. Breathe. Breathe with me. Come on now. You're doing great. And relax. Now, we're just going to do one. So just one elbow at a time, okay? Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdomen still. We're locked in. Left elbow comes forward. Relax. Push the elbow forward again. Left one. You might notice it goes a little bit further because we're not trying to do both at the same time. Relax. Now right elbow forward. You might also notice that one side's a little bit easier to move than the other. That is also okay. Relax. Right elbow forward again. And relax. Both elbows. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abdomen. Both elbows are forward. You're doing great. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Don't give up. And relax. Woo, take that PVC down. Shake the arms out a little bit. Woo-wee. Yeah, feel that, right? All right, now let's move, let's work on the rotator cuff just a little bit here. Make sure we got the shoulders really working. Bars out in the front. We're driving a motorcycle, okay? Now we're gonna break the bar. Remember now when I say break the bar, what I'm really doing, you can see my thumbs, it's as if I'm trying to turn my hands for my palms to face inward. Pinkies down, thumbs up. It's like if I was Julius Caesar and I was giving them the let them live sign, okay? Everyone loves a little Colosseum action there. Okay, let them live. You're trying to break the bar. Now, it's not actually going to bend. It's definitely not going to break unless we're doing things very well. What's going to happen is your elbows are actually going to shift in. They're actually going to rotate in. I'm not quite sure how well you can see that. My elbows are going to rotate in, just like that. So when I do it, see how it's very subtle. It's a very subtle movement. But what will happen is my shoulders will automatically roll back and down. And what's happening here is my upper arm is externally rotating. The humerus, that upper arm bone is externally rotating. This is a great position to be in, especially when we're using a fixed object to push it forward or overhead during the beginning parts of the movement. Now, once you're finally extended, either forward all the way or all the way up overhead, that's when it's okay if things are kind of taken down a little bit. But we first want to make sure that we can activate those muscles. So this is a good activation exercise. Hold the PVC, just like so. Now we're going to push out in front. Arms are on the wide part of the PVC. Try to break the bar. You feel those elbows turning down and in, okay? Just breathe. Now you shouldn't be shrugging. Those shoulders should be squeezed back and down. You should really feel them kind of come down and depress a little. Okay, relax. Shake the arms out. Now, if you weren't already doing it, let me remind you, squeeze your glutes, squeeze the abdomen. Yeah, you've never heard that before, right? Holding that out. Try to break that bar. Holding those contractions.